Good evening, students. Welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to discuss the KCL, that is Kirchhoff's current law, that is Kirchhoff's first law. Sometimes we say it as a Kirchhoff's first law. So, this is Jaskirat from Jaskirat here. So, we are starting this video and I will discuss the detailed concept about Kirchhoff's first law in this video, that is KCL, and in the next video I will discuss Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law you will understand by understanding only KCL. If you don't know about the KCL, then you cannot understand the Kirchhoff's second law. So I hope you all are fine, and now we are going to start this video. So Kirchhoff's current law states that if point P is a junction, so it is Kirchhoff's first law. Let's suppose here some lines are there. So some teachers give you the hint that you have to remember something. So let's suppose the direction of this current is this one, and let me take pencil from there so that we can draw randomly. Okay, this is another current, this is also inward current, this is outward current going outward, and let's suppose this is also going outward. So let's suppose its value is I1, its value is I2, and this value is I3, then so on, its value is I4 here. So some students cram it, कुछ students क्या करते हैं, याद करते हैं I5. So students, we are with the detailed concept and we are taking, this is the junction where the all currents meet, where some current meet and some current leaves, that point is called junction. So students, this is the definition of KCL. Some students will learn it as take the current that is coming towards the junction negative, the current moving away from the junction positive. Some will say current moving away from the junction, take that as negative, and the current moving towards, take that positive. But students, the basic concept you have to learn about the KCL is that the current entering the current that is entering at a point is equal to the current leaving that point. So from this definition you can easily understand that the current that is entering in the point, this is point P, so the current entering in point P is I1 plus I2, these three left hand side, so this is I2 plus I3. So this is the current that is entering. This current is equal to the total current that is leaving this junction. That means it is equal to I4 plus I5. This definition you have to learn. The sum of current that is outward, that is moving away, sum of that current is equal to the total sum of current that is entering into the junction. So this definition you have to remember. You don't have to remember which current we have to take positive, which current we have to take negative, because in books somewhere you will see I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 minus I5 equal to 0. In some books you will see I4 plus I5 minus I1 minus I2 minus I3 equal to 0. So either we can take this side, this left hand side to right hand side, then inward current will become negative, and if I take this right hand side to left hand side, then outward current will become negative. So you don't have to remember which current is negative, which current is positive. You have to remember the concept basically. The total current that is moving inward to the, that is coming towards the point, is equal to total current that is leaving the point. That is basically KCL. Now students, this will be very useful in the numerical solve, when we solve the numericals of KVL in the next video, then it will be very useful. But in the AIEEE, in JEE or in NEET exam, some questions are asked, like I will take some examples here. So I am taking my first example. Okay, let me take red color here, dark red. So I am taking one example. Let's mark it as question number 1. So after the definition, now we are moving to questions. So let's suppose in the NEET exam, the question is asked about this diagram. This is a square, and from this end, this end, and this end. So it has 4 ends. Okay, I have to take, wait for 1 minute. So current entering here, current is also entering here. 4 ampere current is entering here, 4 ampere, and here the current flowing is 1 ampere. Here some current is flowing in this branch, here some current is flowing in this branch, and here some current is flowing, and this current is called I3. Let's suppose this current is given as 1 ampere, 1 ampere current is given there. So we have to find 3 currents, that is I1, here we have to find I1, then we have to find I2, and then we have to find I3. I hope the question is very much clear to you. You can note down this question. Now we are going to solve it. So students, I am taking a marker from the screen recorder. Okay, visible. I hope this will be visible marker. And okay, I will change the color, black color I am taking. Okay, so students, here you can see this is the point, and the current entering to this point is 4, and the current leaving is 1, and this current is also leaving. That means at point A, let's suppose this is point A, at point A 4 ampere is equal to, so total current entering is 4 ampere, total current leaving is 1 plus I1. Simply you can also see, so I1 comes out to be 3. I1 current comes out to be 3 ampere. Students, total current is 4 ampere. It is dividing into 2 parts. One part is 1 ampere. So obviously second part will be 3 ampere. I hope I1 is clear. The value of I1 is 3 ampere. After this, we are moving to I2. So total current here coming is 1 ampere towards this point. Let's take this point as B. So total current entering the point is 1 ampere and 1 ampere, that means total current is 2 ampere. So total current 2 ampere is entering and the current leaving is I2. So that means the value of I2 is equal to 2 ampere. Total current entering is equal to total current leaving the point. Now students, you know the value of I2 and I1. So let's take this as a point C. So let's take it as a point C. So from here 3 ampere current is coming, from here 2 ampere current is coming. That means I3 will be equal to the total current entering. So it will be 2 plus 3, that is I2 plus I1. So 2 plus 3. So value of I3 is in this question will be 5 ampere. So simply he will give you this diagram that I have given you. So he will ask about the values of current I1, I2 and I3. In NEET exam you can observe such type of question. In other exams you may find such type of questions. So now I am moving to next question. I hope this question is clear. You can take the screenshot of this one. I will discuss 4 to 5 more questions so that you can easily understand the concept behind it. So now I am taking one more question of similar type. So I am taking here hexagon. Let's take hexagon. Okay, let's take pentagon here. So this is the pentagon. let's take it to some left hand side so that we can solve the question on right hand side. So it is our question number second. So these are random questions, and if this you feel that these are good questions, then you can like and share this video with your friends so that they can also take the benefit of our class. So let's take this end, this end, and this end. These are three ends which are given, and I have to mark the direction of current. So here suppose let's 1 ampere current is going away, 1 ampere. You can pause the video, students. You have to pause this video so that you can understand the concept. Here current is I have to find this current I1. I have to find this current I1. In this branch total current is 8 ampere. Students, after the completion of this question, you have to pause this video so that you can understand. The current entering from this side is 2 ampere. 2 ampere. Okay, so 1 ampere, and some current will flow here. So let's take it as current I2, and this current as I3. I hope students question is complete. Let me check. I1 from this side, these two currents are there, this one current, two currents are there, one current and two currents are there. Okay students, the question is complete. Please take a screenshot and try it. Please take a screenshot and try it. Okay, now I am going to solve it. So students, you can see here we have a junction. This is the point, and let's take this as the point A. Now students, you can see the current entering the point A is I1 and this 2 ampere. That means current entering at a point A is I1 plus 2 ampere. So we are solving these questions with very basic concept. I am not saying you to cram anything. You have to simply understand the concept. So if you have any doubts after this video, you can send me a message on my personal number that was shown in the video, in the beginning of video. So I1 comes out to be, the value of I1 comes out to be 6 ampere. I hope this is clear. The value of I1 comes out to be 6 ampere. So this value is equal to 6. Now you have to see this point. Let's take it as point B. So current 8 ampere is coming towards this point, and current of 1 ampere is away. So let's take the equation. So 8 ampere is coming towards, and I2 and 1 ampere is going away. So here we have to write I2 plus 1 ampere. So value of I2 comes out to be, 7 ampere. 8 minus 1, 7 ampere. Now students, I have to change the color. At this point, that is the point, let's take it as point number C. The current of 2 ampere is going away, and the total current that is coming is 7 and I3. So total current going away, so 7 is inward current. 7 is equal to the total current that is going away. So I3 plus 2. I3 plus 2. So after solving it, you will see the value of I3 will be equal to 5 ampere. So three values we have to find. I1 comes out to be 6 ampere. The value of I2 comes out to be 7 ampere, and the value of I3 comes out to be 5 ampere. This is very important question for NEET exam, for any exam you are appearing. So take these questions seriously so that you can get the concept. This will be very useful to you when you will see about the upcoming in the next video, this law will be very useful to you. So I am clearing it. Now we are taking I am taking you to next question. So I am taking next question as a series and parallel combination. So let's take a diagram. So I am taking this diagram. Okay, so I hope this diagram is visible. Okay, let me take some precautions so it can be more visible. Okay, now I hope it is properly visible. So I have to connect a battery somewhere. Let's suppose here is the battery, and okay, I have to connect a battery. Wait for 1 minute, students. This is positive terminal, this is negative terminal, and current of. Okay, so now current of I have to mark the direction of current here. So I am taking dark red. So this is current IT, that has value equal to, the value of IT is given, that is value 8 ampere. In this direction the current is given as 2 ampere. At this point 1 ampere current is given. So you have to find, students, this current. So this is the basically application. This application you will see in the next video. This is the current I have to find. So its value is I2. So students, you can see here that at this junction, at this point, total current that is leaving is 2 ampere plus this current. So that means 8 ampere current is coming towards and 2 ampere is going here. That means 6 ampere will go in the upper this line. Now 6 ampere is coming here. So 1 ampere is going away. That means at this point the current entering is 6 ampere and the current leaving is 1 plus I2. So if I write the equation for this point, then the equation will be 8 equal to 2 plus I1, where I1 is the current that I have taken as 6. So I1 comes out to be 6. I1, let's suppose this is I1. So the value of I1 is equal to 6. Now at this point you can say I1 is equal to, okay, wait for 1 minute. I1 equal to I2 plus 1 ampere. But students, as I1 is equal to 6 and I2 comes out to be okay, I1 equal to current coming equal to 1 ampere plus I2. So I2 comes out to be 5. So this value comes out to be 5. So this will be the very basic important use of this KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. So we have seen some questions. So if any doubt is there, then you can ask me in comment box, or you can ask in ask the doubt on my personal number. So this was the question that I was discussing. So you can note down the question, and 3 questions we have discussed. This one, this pentagon type question, and the earlier square type question. So earlier we have discussed about the definition of KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. The total inward current to a point is equal to the total outward current, sum of total outward current. So now I am going to take you to few more questions. So I hope screen is visible properly. So I am taking one more question number 4 here. So let's take a circuit. So this is the circuit that is given. No battery is given. He has given some directions of current. So here he has given the direction of current and its value is 4 ampere. Here he has given the direction of current. He said to find this current, and here again he has given the direction of current. Here he has again given the direction of current, and here we have to find the current. So don't worry, I will ask. This is 1 ampere, this is 1 ampere, this is also 1 ampere, this is we have to find. We have to find it. Let's say take it as I1. So students, what will happen? What will happen here? You can see this is the point where the 4 ampere current is entering and 1 ampere current is leaving. That means 3 ampere will flow here. This will be current 3 ampere. 3 ampere current will flow downward. Now 3 and 1 will contribute, and this will be 4. I will explain in detail, but wait for 1 minute. I have to check this question is right or not. So 4 ampere current is entering, 1 ampere is leaving. That means this current will be 3 ampere. 3 ampere current will flow here. Now okay, so that means I1 is equal to -3. So I1 comes out to be -3. So that means the direction of I1 is opposite. It will be like this. So 1 ampere is here, so it will be 4. So from this end we have to say it's 3. So leave this question, students. This is little bit complicated question. So leave this question. We have to stay with some other questions. So I am taking one more question that will be some little bit easy. So this was a difficult one, and now I am taking one more question. So we will see some difficult questions in the next video with solutions, because these are random questions I am taking. These are all are random questions. So maybe they have proper solution, maybe not. So I am taking this question as a next question. So okay, just wait for 1 minute. One line, line 2, line 3. Okay, and it is enough. So I am taking now current. This is question number 5, I think. So we are with question number 5 here. So let's suppose this current is okay. I will mark the direction first. After that I will mark the values. So students, what's happening here? You can observe this current. Let's take it as 2 ampere. Let's take it as 3 ampere. You have to find this value. This is I1. After that this value is given 4 ampere. You have to find this value. This is I2, and the last value, this is I3. You have to find this value. So this is the right question. This is I2 and this is I3. I will do one more question, and after that this video will be ended. So now students, you have to take a screenshot here, so that you can understand. You have to find the value of I1, I2 and I3. Okay, now I am solving it. You can pause the video, and at this point let's take test point number A. So current entering is 2 ampere equal to 3 ampere the current entering is equal to 3 ampere uh, plus I1 plus I1. I1 will be equal to minus 1. That means whenever we see minus sign, that means the given direction is not correct. The given direction is not correct. We have to take I1 in opposite direction. That means the actual direction of I1 will be this one. So this will be the right direction of I1. So you can take, after this you have to think about it. You can take either I1 negative in given direction or I1 positive but change the direction. So I am taking this point. Now this is B point. So here at B point I1 is coming towards as per given direction, but as per given direction I1 is minus 1. So if I take as per the given direction, then I1 plus 4 ampere from this end, I1 plus 4 is equal to I2. So students, if I1 is, I have taken the actual direction, then in that case I have to put minus 1. That means I2 will be equal to 4 minus 1. I2 की वैल्यू क्या होगी स्टूडेंट्स 3. बट I2 की डायरेक्शन जो है दैट इज राइट. द डायरेक्शन ऑफ I2 इज राइट बिकॉज इट इज टेकन एज पॉजिटिव. इसका आंसर पॉजिटिव आया है. नाउ लेट्स सपोज आई हैव रिवर्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ I1. मैंने I1 की वैल्यू डायरेक्शन रिवर्स कर दी and I have taken its value as plus 1. Now at this point the current which is moving away is I1 and I2. That means I1 at this point B, I1 plus I2 is equal to 4. Now I have taken the opposite direction. अब मैंने क्वेश्चन में जो दी थी डायरेक्शन उसके opposite ली है. That means I have to take positive value now 1. Putting the value of I1 1, I will get I2 as 3. तो दोनों मेथड से कर सकते हैं. You can follow any method. If you will take the actual direction that was given in the question, then your answer will be minus 1. माइनस 1 से सॉल्व कीजिएगा, आपका क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाएगा. बट इफ़ यू विल हैव टू टेक प्लस 1, देन रिवर्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ I1. I hope this is clear. Then students, this value is minus 1 as per the given direction, and this value comes out to be I2 3. Now this current is coming from this side, so it is 3 ampere. So I2 will be 6 because 3 plus 3 6. So at this point two currents are entering, that is I3 3 ampere and I2. Both the currents have value 3, so I3 will be 6 ampere. So at the end of this question I1 is minus 1. That means I1 is flowing in the opposite direction. The magnitude of this current is plus 1. Minus 1 shows that it is opposite direction. In the direction that was given in question is wrong direction. I2 comes out to be 3 and I3 comes out to be 6. So this was the question. Now we are moving to the last question of KCL. Students, this will be the last question of KCL. So KCL का last question अभी हम करेंगे. So we are taking a hexagon here. एक hexagon लेते हैं students, and I hope this hexagon is visible to you. कौन सा कलर है? This is red. Okay, I will take black color. Wait. So that this hexagon will be visible to you. Okay, I have taken the hexagon. Now I have to make some marks. Let's suppose from this end. Okay, let's suppose current going outward is, wait for 1 minute. Current going outward is 1 ampere. I am just writing value, not writing ampere here. And current flowing in this direction is, okay, let's suppose current flowing in this direction is 4 ampere, and I have to find this value I1 then current is flowing in this direction 1 ampere, and I have to find this current, that is I2. So this is another good question, and at this point the current is flowing from this direction to this direction, and I have to find the magnitude of this current I3. So students, you can try it at your end also. I have given the question, you can try at your end. We have to find the three values I1, I2 and I3. So I think this is question number 6 we have. So students, now I am going to solve it. You can try at your end after after pausing this video. Okay, marker is available. Okay, color change. Okay, so now students, you can observe at this point, let's take it as point A. At point A, current entering is 4 ampere and current leaving is 1 plus I1. So point A, 4 is equal to 1 plus I1. So you can find this I1 will be comes out to be 3 ampere. 4 minus 1, 3 ampere will be the answer. After this students, current entering at this point, it is I1, so let's take it as point B. So at B, the current entering is 3 ampere and 1 ampere is going here and rest is there. So that means 3 ampere is entering equal to away. Away current is 1 plus I2. So students, your I2 comes out to be, I2 will be equal to 2 ampere. So value of I2 will be 2 ampere. After this 2 ampere is coming here and 4 ampere is going from this point, and this is mark. So now I have to solve it for point number C. So at point C, the total current moving inward is I3 plus 2 ampere. I3 plus 2, that is equal to 4. So that means the value of I3 comes out to be 2 ampere. 4 minus 2, 2. So students, value of I2 will be 3 ampere. Value of I2 we have calculated 2 ampere, and the value of I3 will be also 2 ampere. We have seen some good questions, like if I discuss, we have seen this hexagon question. Before that we have seen this question. Before this we have seen this question. This was a little bit complicated, so we have eliminated it. Okay, we have done it, but one question we have eliminated. So after this we have seen this question, and we have seen one good question also in the beginning, that was a square based question. And before that we have studied about the KCL. So KCL is nothing but the current total and current entering in a point is equal to the sum of total current leaving that point. That is KCL. Students, don't remember the value that this current is negative, this current is positive. Don't remember that concept. If you will remember that concept, then some mistakes you can do. But if you will remember the concept, then chances of mistakes are very less. And one more request to you, if this video is useful, then like and share this video with your friends. In the next video we are going to discuss KVL. We will discuss KVL in the next video, and I think 2 videos will be required for KVL, because KVL is a lengthy topic. And if you have any doubts in this video, then you can contact me on this contact number, and if I am unable to pick the phone, then you can drop a message. So thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you. Bye bye.